Okay, let's be honest. When you hear the word mathematics, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's, numbers, equations, maybe that one calculus test you're still trying to block out. But what if all of that is just the tip of the iceberg? Let's dive into this. Because in this explainer, we're going to tackle a question that sounds simple, but is actually huge. What is mathematics, really? And I promise you, the answer might just change how you see, well, pretty much everything. So on one side, you have the math we all remember from school, right? The numbers, the equations, the tests. But on the other side is what it really is. It's the science of patterns. It's the hidden blueprint behind galaxies, the beautiful complex logic of fractals. It's the structure of reality itself. I love this analogy. Saying math is just equations is like saying music is just sheet music. It's perfect. The equations, the symbols, that's just the notation. The math itself, that's the symphony. It's the art, the structure, the absolute beauty behind it all. And this incredible symphony, well, it didn't start in some quiet classroom or university lecture hall. Nope. It began as a basic tool for survival. The story of math goes back way, way back. We see the first glimmers of counting on bones with tally marks around 20,000 BCE. Then you flash forward to about 10,000 BCE, agriculture starts, and boom, geometry becomes essential. But the real game changer happens around 600 BCE. That's when we get this huge shift in thinking.
You can just feel how early math was all about solving real-world, get-it-done or you're in trouble problems. It wasn't abstract at all. It was pure necessity. How many sheep do I have? That's the birth of arithmetic. How do I divide up my land after the river floods again? That's the birth of geometry. It was all about practical answers to urgent questions.
And for thousands of years, that was pretty much the whole story. For huge civilizations like the Egyptians and Babylonians, math was basically a toolbox full of really useful tricks. I mean, they had formulas that worked with incredible accuracy, but they weren't really asking why they worked. Hey, if the recipe bakes the cake, you don't question the recipe, right? But this whole if it works approach was about to get completely flipped on its head. Because the ancient Greeks came along and asked one simple, tiny, but absolutely revolutionary question. Why? And this was the great leap forward. The Egyptians were the masters of how. How does this formula help me build a pyramid with straight sides? Super practical. The Greeks, though, they were obsessed with why. Why must this be true for every single circle that has ever existed or will ever exist? See the difference? It's a shift from just a tool to a whole system of knowledge.
And the master of this new way of thinking was Euclid. He basically built a machine for finding truth. Step 1. You start with axioms. These are simple, self-evident truths that you just can't argue with, like the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Duh, right? Step 2, you apply rock-solid, ironclad logic. And step 3, from that you build proven, universal truths called theorems. It's this beautiful engine for creating certainty.
And the result? Just like that, mathematics transformed from a handy bag of tricks into a formal system of knowledge, a philosophical quest for absolute truth. Now, this Greek leap forward brings us to one of the most mind-bending questions in all of philosophy, and it's a big one. Is math something we invented, or is it something we discovered? And what's so wild is that the answer seems to be both. We discover the patterns. The fact that 2 + 2 = 4 feels like a property of the universe itself. It was true long before humans were around, and it'll be true long after we're gone. But we invent the language to describe it. The symbol for 4, the little plus sign, Those are human creations. The idea of zero, a totally revolutionary invention. And once we had this powerful invented language, we could do something truly amazing. We could start describing patterns that we couldn't even see in the physical world around us. This is really where math comes into its own, as the language of patterns, the ultimate tool for decoding the universe, both the parts we can see and the parts we can't. I mean, think about what this new language unlocked. We created a math for motion, that's calculus. A math for chance, that's probability. We even started exploring ideas that seemed totally impossible, like imaginary numbers, just because the patterns were logical and beautiful. And the craziest part, these abstract ideas later turned out to be absolutely essential for describing everything from quantum physics to our cell phones.
So after this whole journey, where do we land? What is mathematics? Well, I think this is the best definition you're going to get. It's the logical and creative study of patterns, structure, and relationship.
When you get right down to it, math isn't just one thing. It's a science and it's an art. It's built on this incredible foundation of absolute, provable truth, and yet it is endlessly, boundlessly creative.
And maybe that's the most important thing to remember. At its heart, math is a profoundly human endeavor. It's the grand, sprawling story of us, as a species just trying to make sense of the world, and in doing so, trying to understand the very nature of truth itself. Which brings me to a final question, just for you. After seeing its story, from a simple survival tool to the language of the cosmos, what is your relationship with math now?